So the first topic I'm going to talk about is that Sebastian Stan has been officially cast as Harvey Dent in the Batman 2. I think this is a great casting choice. I've loved him in everything he's been in. He's a great actor. He was great as Bucky slash Winter Soldier in MCU. And I think having Harvey Dent in this grounded Batman universe, I think that character really work in Matt Reeves to take some Gotham and this grounded person he's going for with the Batman, with his Batman movies, and this noir detective style he's going for with his Batman movies. And I can't wait for Batman too. So I think Sebastian Stan is a great choice to play Harvey Dent. I am curious if he's going to become Two Face in the movie, or if they're saving that for the Batman takes. I know Matt Reeves said he has a trilogy plan, which I do think they're going to have him. They're going to let him make Batman 3. Like I do think he's going to get to make Batman 3 because I think Batman 2 is going to do really well. First Batman movie was very well received and made a lot of money, so I think people are really excited for the second movie. And I want to see like his trilogy because if the Batman 2 ends up being as great as the first one, or even better, and Matt Reeves makes a really great third movie, this could be this in the future could be one of those best trilogies. So I cannot wait for Batman 2. I think Sebastian Stan is a great choice to play Harvey Dent, and I'm excited to see Matt Reeves' interpretation of the character. We've seen Harvey Dent in two live action movies before. You had the one in the Dark Knight, Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight, which I really love that interpretation. Actually, like I would say probably the one nitpick with that is that I do wish we got to see a little bit more Two Face in the Dark Knight, that version of Two Face, because I actually really love the look of Two Face in that one. I think the actor who played Harvey Dent was fantastic in that movie. And then you have Tommy Lee Jones' interpretation, which I really just don't like. To me, that's the only bad live action interpretation of Two Face in my opinion, because like Tommy Lee Jones' version of Two Face was so cartoony and over the top to me, and just the performance was awful in that movie. But I thought, like to me, I thought that was a bad interpretation of Two Face in that movie. And Tommy Lee Jones, I thought that was one of his like, worst performances. I love the how Christopher Nolan did Two Face in the Dark Knight. To me, I thought that was a great interpretation of Harvey Dent Two Face, and I thought that actor did a great job. Sebastian Stone, Sebastian Stone, I think he's a great choice to play Harvey Dent. Like I think he's gonna bring a lot of depth to the character. And like I said, everything I've seen him in, he's done a great job acting wise. So all I care about at the end of the day is just get a good to great actor, and to me, I think he's a great actor. The next topic I want to talk about is there was a new trailer put out for the movie Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die, which I think this trailer was great. It just looks like a blast, this movie. I know this movie was shown at a Fantastic Fest last year, and I saw some YouTube people talking about it, and it sounds like it got a lot of positive word of mouth. And I think this show was great. I just think Samuel Rockwell looks like a fun character. It looks like a really fun time. The idea of just like this movie about AI, and yeah, we've seen movies with talking about AI. The idea of this movie kind of talking about though where like the future's going with AI, and even at like at one moment in the trailer you see the girl on the phone and she's like not even paying attention, and just that the idea like where the future's going with AI and all that, and I don't know, it just looks like a really fun, wacky time at the theaters in like a fun way to me with the trailers so far at least. And I love Samuel Rockwell. I think he brings a lot of personality when you see him in a movie. So I thought this was a great trailer for Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. This is one of my most anticipated movies of the year because I just think the trailers look really interesting, and I think they just got me. The trailers have done a good job of getting me personally excited, and the concept looks really fun. So yeah, I thought this was a great trailer, and I can't wait for this movie personally. The next topic I want to talk about is so you have the director who did Evil Dead Rise, who's directing the new Marvel movie that's coming out this year. So I'm excited for that movie. There was a report going out for a test screening where I don't know whether to take this test screening as negative or positive when it comes to a part of it. One part of it says that James Wan, who I guess is a production company, is the ones like putting out the new Marvel movie from the Evil Dead Rise director. Like, is it report says for the test screen, James Wan walked out halfway through. I don't know if that's really a good sign because James Wan I love as a director. He's directed a lot of horror movies that I love. So that I don't really take that as a positive sign. The other part of the test screening was it seems like this is why he walked out. Was I don't know. This is I don't like I wouldn't take this as positive or negative. There's like a saying it goes like it really goes for very just it goes really disgusting and vile when it comes to it really goes to the horror. But I don't really take that as a negative because the mommy movie that's coming out. I'm assuming if you hire a guy who did Evil Dead Rise, it's gonna like go more towards the horror vibe. So this test screening, to be honest, overall, I don't know what I really take the test screening about James Wan walking around halfway through because it was like disgusting and foul in this new Marvel movie coming out from the Evil Dead Rise director. I don't know where to take that test screening as like really positive or negative. It doesn't like the report doesn't even say like if if people were not liking the movie or if they were liking it or loving it. So for me personally, and other things like it's test screening. I'm somebody who doesn't like take too much thought into test screenings for movies. There's plenty of times where you like hear a test screening report for a movie that sounds really bad, and sometimes it turns out to be true. I remember when Exorcist Believe I had test screenings for that movie, and I was really high on that movie the first time I saw it, and then when I rewatched it, I was like, yeah, I definitely have a lot of issues with that movie now, and it's a very mediocre movie to me now. So that did turn out to be true on rewatches for me, where I was like, yeah. And then there's other times where you hear test screenings for movies that turn out to be that can turn out to be good when you see the movie, and even if they get negative test screenings with the opposite. So, but this test screening doesn't like to me. I like test screening saying this Mario movie was very vile and disgusting because it really goes for the horror vibe. I can't really I don't really take that as a positive or negative. And James Wan walking out, I'm a little worried about that part of it because he's a great horror director in my opinion. So for me, I this report of like the test screenings for this mommy movie, it being disgusting and really vile and really going for the horror, really going like that type of horror route. I guess like the substance for something like that. I can't really say I take that as a positive or negative. Like I'm still excited for this movie. We'll see when it comes out. I'm hoping this director does a great job because I love Evil Dead Rise. So I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing if it's really like going extremely horror with how disgusting the horror is. It just depends on how it's done in the movie and how the movie is. So we'll see with the mommy. The next thing I want to talk about, this is the last thing, is that Tom Cruise was on the set of Shave Lively, which I'm probably pronouncing the director's name wrong. The director who did the Adams Project, who directed Deadpool and Wolverine. He's directing a new Star Wars movie with Ryan Gosling. And apparently Tom Cruise was on the set. I think he said Steven Spielberg stopped by the set one day too, so I think that's really cool. And Charlie like joked like, "Oh, Tom Cruise used to get behind the camera," and apparently, which I think is just a fun story personally, is that Tom Cruise directed a lightsaber sequence in the movie, which just confirms that we're all gonna get some lightsaber action sequence in the new Star Wars movie. Because we don't know who Ryan Gosling's character is when it comes to is he just playing a normal person. We don't know who any of the characters are yet. We haven't got much details on this, like the plot and the characters for this movie. This does confirm no, we're all gonna get some lightsaber action in this movie. And it sounds like Tom Cruise sequence that he shot is gonna stay in the movie. So I think this is a fun story. Like I love the idea that like Sean Levy, director of Deadpool, Wolverine, the Adams Project, of this new Star Wars movie with Ryan Gosling, that he joked to Tom Cruise, like, "Why don't you come behind the camera?" And Tom Cruise took him serious and actually directed a lightsaber sequence. So I think this is really cool. I think it's a fun story of a director and actor. And I love Tom Cruise. I think he's a great actor. And obviously, Tom Cruise has done some action movies. He's done 8 of the Miss Possible movies, which have some of the best action sequences. So I think this is really cool. I think it's cool it's going to stay in the movie from what it sounds like. So I think this is a fun story in my opinion. Like I think this does tell you one detail, which is that we are gonna get lightsaber action in this movie, which makes me curious who Ryan Gosling's character is, and are we gonna get some Jedi or Sith in this movie? Because again, we haven't seen really anything from this movie. We don't really know what the plot is. If all these characters are just playing like normal people, or are they playing, or are they playing Jedi's or Sith? So I think this gives you a detail about the movie that at least we know we are gonna get some lightsaber action, which I don't mind. All I care about at the end of the day is just give me a good two-way story with characters I can get invested in and care about. And I'm really excited for this new Star Wars movie. Like personally, I'm more excited for this than I am for the Mandalorian and Grogu because as much as I love the Mandalorian show, the first two seasons, I was disappointed in season three. It was mediocre to me. There was some like highlights here and there, but overall, I was very disappointed in season three. That like to me, I'm excited for it, but that's mainly because I love the first two seasons. If I didn't see the show The Mandalorian, the movie, I'll be honest, it wouldn't be on my cited list of movies for the year. And I don't think the trailer really did enough to get people who haven't watched the show excited for it. And it's coming off a mediocre, or mediocre season, or terrible season to some people. So there's I'm more excited for like Ryan Gosling's Star Wars movie because it's something new and fresh, a new characters, and new story. So overall, I just think this is a fun story with Tom Cruise being able to direct a lightsaber sequence in this new Star Wars movie. Like I'm really excited for it. And I can't wait for this new Star Wars movie with Ryan Gosling. So that's all the topics today. Until next time.